All right, so today let's dive into NFTs and Instagram and who are the players that might make this all come to reality for Meta, Everlens, and more. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back to TechPath. Today we're going to dive into the Metaverse, NFT land, and how that is going to evolve maybe within Instagram. How is Facebook all connected to this? And it's going to be a good one, I think, because as we put the pieces of the puzzle together, I think this will make a lot more sense for each of you. Let's jump into it first. Before we get into it, I want to thank our sponsors, which is ELEN. ELEN is a geolocation-based play-to-earn metaverse. Think Pokemon Go with play-to-earn economy. The cool thing about this project is they have an ultra-doxed team. Their chief dev officer was involved in one of the development and production games of projects like Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius, and also Big Hero 6. So you see kind of a massive growth with this potential opportunity here. Their chief marketing officer has been in the blockchain space since 2015, and they have a really good strategy and overall blueprint to address the unsustainable game economy that most play-to-earn games encounter. When you look at ELEN and really what they're trying to do, the cool thing around it is they are taking a different slant on blockchain gaming overall. They unveiled their website and white paper just recently, and they're getting ready to go live on their pre-sale, which happens on December 30th at 8 a.m. So if you guys are interested in understanding what mobile geolocation-based real-world token utility can be, ELEN is the one to check out. All right, so let's get into our first story today, and that is Instagram actively exploring NFT integration, says their CEO. Now, just remember that Instagram is owned by Meta, hence Facebook. Remember the acquisition from Kevin Systrom, I think was the CEO of Instagram at the time. They acquired him for $1 billion. Imagine buying something like that, which is probably, what, 50x since then for Facebook. Great acquisition by Mark Zuckerberg, and he has done this more than once. When you look at their story right here, according to Instagram's chief executive officer, Adam Mosseri, the platform is actively exploring NFTs and ways that it can make them more accessible to their burgeoning user base. Big growth opportunity. Instagram has been one of those projects that I think NFTs would be a natural fit to. I'm a bit surprised that they have not taken more active roles on actually making this work and actually going out and doing something and integrating it into the blockchain world. But I think the fact that they've been working on it tells us a lot. And when I show you some of the acquisitions that Facebook has done over the past, say, 3 years, it'll make a lot more sense of just how far into the metaverse Facebook, hence Meta, is really going. So when we talk Facebook and Instagram, it really is the same company. It's kind of like AWS and Amazon. Sure, it's all under one. They have different divisions. But the effort of the company is its goal is to move both those business units forward. So very interesting. This was a comment that he made over the weekend, Instagram Q&A over the weekend. According to reports, one idea would be able to label Instagram posts that offer NFTs as collectibles. He said there was no official announcement yet, but things appear to be happening behind the scenes. Nothing to announce yet. You can kind of see what he said there. And then Instagram collectibles already in development. This comes from a little bit earlier. Facebook now rebranded, as we know, Meta-owned photo sharing social platform, meaning Instagram. Rumored to be dabbling in the NFT space earlier this year. It's possible that they would be a collaboration with Meta and its grand metaverse aspirations. Digital artist Sean Williams revealed some of these plans all the way back in May, when he said that Instagram was working on an NFT platform to essentially reach out to upcoming artists in the NFT space. So I think this is something that's been in the works for quite a while. Then you have projects like Everlens, and I want to just jump over to Everlens because this is the NFT for Instagram. If there was a potential acquisition, and you think about the acquisitions that are and have been done by Facebook, hence Meta, probably just stop using the name Facebook, just say Meta, and you guys will understand what I'm talking about. But when you look at their acquisitions, Meta's acquisitions over the past 3 years, very strategic ones in the gaming aspect, and I'll show a rundown of these and why all of this might be connecting the dots for the metaverse. Because remember, NFTs are just the beginning of utility aspects of how the metaverse will be used. So now, could Everlens, the ELEN token, be on the forefront of maybe going out there? I don't know. So if you look at what Everlens was doing this weekend, they weren't sleeping on it, or actually this morning, and that was Hey Masari, which is the CEO of Instagram and Meta. We built the first NFT marketplace for Instagram, and we can't wait for a collaboration. Now, could there be something here, or is this Everlens being a little thirsty on that side and trying to initiate something? The fact that they have kind of already moved in this direction, in my opinion, this is a prime acqui-hire for Facebook or for Meta. And if you look at just how acqui-hires have worked in Silicon Valley in the past, and I've talked about this before on the show, is that the likelihood is we would see gaming companies and also Metaverse and NFT focused tech start to be in a position for these kinds of acqui-hires. Now, could Everlens be in that kind of scenario right now? If you look at where Everlens is holding right now, not a good look for their token as it is right now. This is a 7-day chart right here on CoinMarketCap. You can kind of see just the movement right here, not at all really moving in the right direction. And if you go at their year to date, again, big pump right there in the beginning, and it's never really recovered. Now, I am still skeptical as to why this project has not been able to get off the ground now, because you've got so much different activity happening within the space of NFTs. They have what potentially now maybe the concern is if Facebook or maybe a Meta does not go in and acquire them, maybe they just recreate it. This has been the challenge, and I think the argument around Meta and Mark Zuckerberg for quite some time is that if he looks at a project, he's really good, he meaning Facebook / Meta and Instagram, they've been really good at essentially copying what other tech companies have been doing. Now, could they be in that role right now with the idea of Metaverse and NFT elements in terms of kind of taking out some of this tech? I want to just show you a list of the companies and groups that they've acquired. This is just the ones that I highlighted since February of 2019. Now I want to jump in a little closer here. So this is a company called Chainspace. They're in the UK. There's the founders and group. Undisclosed group, but right here, this is the area that they're looking to go into, which was Facebook blockchain. Then you can kind of see where it really starts to pick up right here in November of 2019, a company called Beat Games, and they're moving into Oculus Studio. Then you've got this company Play Giga, Sanzara Games, Scape Technologies. Look at all of these right here. Oculus, Reality Labs, which I'll show you a little bit about them. Instagram, right there. Here's Oculus Studios, Reality. You can just see the lineup is doing nothing but Oculus for AR, VR, Instagram, and Reality Labs, which essentially is the gaming arm and engine for Facebook. So when you look at all of that happening, and I just want to jump over to Reality or the Facebook gaming side for Reality Labs. Right here is the perfect example of what they're trying to do within their gaming community. Look at this number right here. More than 700 million gamers play a Facebook-connected game each month. That's not it, though. Then you go down and look at what their group size is. Groups from some of the most and largest engaged communities on Facebook. Each month, over 100 million people actively participating in 340,000 groups dedicated to gaming. If these numbers are even remotely close, why is this important for Instagram to be moving into the NFT space? It's huge because of the fact that if, and it clearly shows just by acquisitions and the strategy, because Facebook has not been one to re-innovate, they have been one to acquire. And by acquisition, they were able to get Oculus, they were able to get Instagram. All of these different companies that I just showed and highlighted right there are the perfect pathway into the metaverse. What is the number one thing they're going to need to really fuel the metaverse? Utility NFTs. Utility NFTs will be the engine that helps play into the overall strategy of where Facebook and Meta may be going. So you've got all of that, and I just want to show you the work that is being done over here. This is a project right here that's called Lone Echo, and it's one of VR's greatest adventures. I want to just show you the video on this thing. This is a breakdown of the engineers. This is all, of course, Reality Labs. I want to jump over. These are all the game engineers and devs, but what they're showing is actual footage of the AR VR sets. If I can get into one right there, there we go. The AR VR sets of these, and this is pretty fantastic when you look at the overall look of what they're trying to do. The point is, this is super serious for Meta. Meta is really moving in the right direction, and when you look at Instagram, really kind of the last puzzle piece of that puzzle that could play into this, along with other gaming company acquisitions. These are the two things that will be very interesting to watch. My concern, again, are companies like and projects like Everlens. Are they going to get sucked up and acquired? Maybe that's the real opportunity here for Everlens, is to take an angle much like many of these companies that you saw right here on this wiki list and just become one of these, because this would be the natural entry into Instagram and the vast majority of what Instagram is. When you look at where Instagram is going and their competition with TikTok, and where that two worlds will eventually unite, Meta has a massive advantage right here. If I look at TikTok and I look at Instagram, it's very possible that Instagram could be the killer component here because of their relationship back to what's happening with Meta as an overall strategy for NFTs. And if you look at NFTs, we continue to explore these, and I'm finding more and more companies that are going the route of NFT assets and digital assets versus, say, token assets. And let me kind of explain that. Two projects that we've outlined here on the show. One is a company and a project called Big Time. And Big Time Studios developing a tokenless ecosystem for basically digital assets, which most of which are going to be everything from space to different tool sets that are going to be NFT assets within the game itself. All of that is an ecosystem in which value will be created. So you look at what's happening there, and then many other projects that are going in this direction, all the way down if you look at Axie Infinity, kind of that ecosystem, and how Smooth Love Potion is a token side of it. All of these different strategies, I think Facebook, Instagram, Meta, all combined into one potential unification of what gaming will be, NFT players. And remember, what I showed you earlier is this massive ecosystem of people that are already there in these ecosystems and in these communities. If Meta is successful with this, they turn this on. I mean, I feel like that's almost like turning on Skynet. It's that kind of immediate reach into a massive ecosystem. Now, sure, it's not AAA gaming, but remember, all the blockchain gaming and NFT projects that are going live right now, they're not really competing against AAA gaming yet. They're out there trying to get communities rolled in. Facebook, Meta already has that. They're trying to get their tech rolled up. Meta's already moving in that direction. Then they need the NFT utility aspect. Instagram is now playing into this. This tells me something is getting ready to happen in a very big way for 2022 within the realm of what we're going to see in the metaverse, and with Instagram playing a big part of this. So mark my words, we'll come back here in 9 months and everybody will understand how important this move was right here, potentially for what Instagram is about to do. All right, you guys are listening in over on the podcast. We love to get your feedback over there. Thank you so much for the kudos. We continue. And by the way, we just broke in, I think, into the top 20 crypto podcast on Spotify. I got a notice from them. They said, hey, great news. Your downloads are doing great. Thank you very much for that. But guess what? The number one place to really enjoy TechPath is right here on YouTube. This is the place where you're going to get all of these stories put together. You get to see the relationship of these dominoes and these puzzle pieces coming together to create this narrative and getting you to think about things differently when it comes to technology and blockchain. This is the place to do it. And best of all, you can join the Diamond Circle. It's free. You're going to get drops, digital asset rewards, all sorts of updated data and information and insights from us here at the team from Paul Barron Network. And of course, you can always reach out to me on Twitter @Paul Barron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechPath.